Welcome to number one contender. We are here, second season. We're going full video. So we are here to revisit our interview with Tamaya Davis. Even though she was featured live at the block party, we wanted to bring her back in with better sound quality, different environment. So here we are. And of course, I'm with my esteemed colleague, Troy Latois Burks.
How you guys doing today? It's a pleasure to be able to have Miss Tamaya back once again, even though she's going to Campbellsville University.
Yes,
it's still
the Tigers.
okay.
The Tigers.
Blue Raiders forever. Forever. But anyway, it is an honor and a privilege to have you back.
Thank you. I'm honored too.
Yeah, so last time I think we were combating a lot of sound.
We were.
And a lot of different things. But she had so much to say, and it was so powerful. And
I don't know if I'm able to do it again, but I'm trying.
What did she say? What
we
is
don't use the word try
Try.
around here.
Taking risks you are willing to give up on.
Yes.
We don't use try. We say do.
I will do.
Daily
There you
ongoing.
go.
Not giving
There
up.
is no try. People don't take you seriously when you say you're trying. They'll be like, well,
I'm doing.
You're doing.
that's what I'm talking
okay.
about.
So since you're doing, so
doing.
let's talk about
You showed up.
when did school start?
I think August 19th.
Okay, are you
Oh,
ready?
so you got a little time.
Yes.
So have you guys done workouts or warm ups or anything like that? I don't know.
No, not yet. We just only got our summer schedule for summer workouts, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once around when school starts, we'll start having our team practices.
Okay, so I'm acting as if that there's no new people tuning in. So let's start from the beginning. And
Well,
Mr. Brown, you go ahead and take it over. You go ahead.
well, I will say this. When we were in the vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
you were sharing with me some new revelations about how you've been feeling physically. We shed light on the fact that she had an injury. That was pretty much kind of the center of what we were saying last interview. You had an injury, which led to some, issues, some thoughts that had you questioning maybe what your performance would be when you went on to the collegiate level.
Mm-hmm.
So you shared with me in the car that some things have been changing on that front. So maybe we can focus more on that. What are some of the changes that you're seeing since we last talked to you that have an effect on moving forward to Campbellsville University being an athlete? What are you feeling right now?
How I'm feeling right now, I'm definitely very motivated. It's definitely a higher above power that is drilling into me to keep going. I'm getting closer with God every day.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to find new ways to cope with this situation, and also realizing that I'm more than just being an athlete, also have a whole nother personality, otherwise than just being Tamaya Davis,
That's
running
right.
track. Tamaya Davis with so many other talents and other things that I like to do.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about the last time we were on the show, you were talking about how there's two different selves. There's the Tamaya on the track, and then there's the quiet Tamaya that's kind of reserved and stuff. So I'm glad to see that you kind of coupled those two together and have allowed both of those two to be able to coexist and motivate you to go ahead and push yourself forward. So how have you done that? How have you been able to do that? That's very neat.
Definitely journaling,
Okay.
self-reflection, and mostly just kind of staying to myself for periods of time,
Mhm.
gaining confidence, gaining self-esteem, and just not being so dependent on sports to help me feel better about myself.
Okay.
Because I realize performance can affect you a lot. If you're not doing so well, you'll start okay, I suck. It'll translate into your everyday life.
Yeah.
So I've learned to realize that I can't always take everything so hard and kind of just brush it off and walk off, but learn from it instead of just harping over things.
Right.
Well, I think that's a great attitude as far as life is concerned. Because when you're thinking about how we overthink things and overprocess things, really what you have experienced, from my perspective, time.
With some bull. That's what I gotta say.
What do you mean some bull? Come on, let's rap about it.
tearing my Achilles was like, it's a very rare injury to have, and it's like it's not common. Especially, it's extremely rare for someone my age. So it was like a double whammy. I was like, dang, like felt like I don't know. The universe was really like, screwed somebody. Let's see how she can get through this. Yeah. Because even the doctors, they were like, this is an old white man's injury. And I was like, dang, I'm black. I'm a young female athlete. I'm like, this is not fair. But,
well, the injury is named after Achilles, the great Greek hero. He wasn't old. Whatever his weak spot was.
The story of Achilles is apparently that his mom dipped him into some type of magical river. Now, all of you history
but held him by the heel.
All of you mythology buffs,
I heard it.
Don't get mad at me if I tell us wrong. She dipped him down and she held him by the heel, right, and she pulled him out, right, and then apparently he got hit.
That was his weak spot.
Apparently he got hit with an arrow in his heel. But I think the arrow was poison, so I think there's
some other layers.
Yeah, there's some other layers.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's deep. What you said. It's like you said, the universe and everything. It's like attacking me all at once, right? So, what did you do in order to navigate through those difficult times?
Cry when I needed to, and have like a good, strong support system. A lot of friends and family helped me through. Because I'm the type of person, I like dealing with stuff on my own, and I like being to myself. I don't really let people in a lot. So when that happened, it was just like everybody, whether I had a choice, whether I'm like, get out, leave me alone. It was just like everybody came to me and just supported me through it.
Okay. And what does support look like? What does support look like?
Just checking up on me every day, or just telling me positive things, motivation. Telling me how much I'm worth, that this isn't just the end. It happens. It's an incident. And just positive things. Just a bunch of positive things.
I am so like overwhelmed with like gladness because here's the oh my God. I hope that even though the last time some of the stuff was muffled, there is a caption. There's caption on there. And so even from then...
We needed subtitles.
Yeah. So even from then until now, this is like kind of like a growth, a huge chunk of growth, because I remember you said how you separated the person that you were from the track to the person you are every day. And we were like, how are you going to just add those two together? How are you going to put those two together? And I'm just like overwhelmed.
Well, it's happening.
That it's happening, right?
It's happening.
You're doing it, and you've done that. The attack that you feel like from the universe or the Lemony Snicket's unfortunate events, right? Unfortunate events. The moments in time that we have to grind teach us how to grind hard.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That is true.
Yeah.
Definitely is true.
And the beautiful thing about that is the transition puts us into a different position. Right? It's 2 bars right there. Now, the transition.
We'll wrap later.
Yeah. The transition puts us in the position, right? And then it helps our mind and helps us define our definition, right? So here you are right here. You said my Achilles heel got torn. This is an old white man's disease. This is not disease, but injury, excuse me. Injury. Man, what am I going to do? And it's growth and it's learning. So you learn what? What do you think you learned out of all of this?
That everything can get taken away in a second and be appreciated.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Another mantra for life. Because everything can be taken away in a second. You should never take anything for granted.
Yeah.
All the blessings that are bestowed upon you, it can easily just erase in a blink of an eye. And I think we know that just from our own personal lives.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe I should put it this way: reality can change, and you have to. What you have done is kind of reconstructed your reality about how you felt. Because pre-injury is like, hey, now it's like, whoa, can I even continue on? Should I push forward? Should I redirect? And that's another thing that we talk about with athletes.
Pivoting.
Yes, it's very important because as we've said plenty of times on the podcast, being an athlete, sometimes the future is uncertain.
Yeah.
You reach a peak or a certain point, and it's like, will I move to that next level?
Mm-hmm.
And it's an unknown. Even if you are in top physical shape,
Mm-hmm.
it's still kind of a mystery whether or not you can go professional or take it to the next level. So it's almost like you have to be prepared to pivot just because you have a life that exists outside of this.
Yeah.
So when we talking about combining those two worlds, that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to define yourself necessarily by your athletic ability because it can be taken away at any moment.
Yeah.
So what now? You know, you going to Campbellsville University. Is it all about what you do athletically? What is the plan B if you don't decide to move forward past collegiate level, which with track,
it's very.
It's like what, Olympics? I mean, how do you move past the collegiate level in track unless you're coaching or? I'm serious.
Sure, go ahead.
It's a really like small. I don't know. It's a really small sport once you like get professional wise because they don't broadcast it anymore on NBC and like stuff like that.
Okay.
Now you have to like get a membership at like a track network or something to watch this. Watch the I think the Diamond League, something like that happened recently.
Okay.
They don't broadcast it anymore as they used to, but they never really have. But now it's like they're making it way harder for them to have exposure rather than any other sport. And then also the living off of it is probably very difficult unless you're getting like a lot of sponsorships and you're winning a lot of the meets and events. And I don't know. I mean, I would be very happy and very blessed and would thank God to the highest if I do get the opportunity to do professional, but also have to think realistically what else is there for me. And that would be physical therapy or becoming like a sports medicine doctor of some sort or fitness trainer, like helping out with athletes all over the world and maybe helping out with like college teams, professional teams, being a coach. Just a lot of options I have. That's just professional, just not the only route.
And the hard work and the effort that you put in, how does that transition? How does so getting up in the morning as far as practicing? You gotta get up, you gotta practice, you gotta go to practice. How can you use that to transition to everyday life, the transition to education, maybe to a job? How can you tell some people out there how to transition that to anything else?
I don't know, because that's so different.
Okay.
It's so different. But I would say take that as another form of discipline.
Yeah.
Like use that into your everyday life as like ways of commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I know I gotta wake up this time of the morning for practice and this time of the day for lifts and stuff like that. You could be like, okay, I know I have to get ready for work this certain time, then other things, other commitments you have later on through the day and stuff like that. I would just say take it as practice of discipline.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I plan on doing. Keeping it as the same as discipline.
So the sport itself is like the pregame of life.
Yes. Really think about it. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. So you get disciplined with the sport. You get disciplined even with the lane. Like we all gotta stay in our own lane, right? Especially if you run that 400, right?
That's right.
I don't do that. I don't know nothing about no 400.
So let's do this. Tell us your
asthma.
events. Let's tell us what you run. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I run 100s, 200s. I do relays of those two events, and then I do long jump and high jump.
Okay. What is your favorite at all of those?
I don't know. I would say probably long jump.
Long jump. Okay. All right.
It's really, really fun.
Okay.
I like field events because it's like you're in the air for a second, and it's like everything goes away.
Weightlessness.
Yeah.
The glory of weightlessness. I'm a big fan of weightlessness. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's just kind of like you're letting yourself go. Like if you're in the pool, you can experience that. If you're skydiving, which I have yet to do, but roller coasters is probably the closest I've come to that. But that feeling of weightlessness is kind of a freedom, I think.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Because I didn't know what you were talking about, but I was like, yeah, that's exactly.
No, you're with me. Okay.
So you're running and you're jumping, right? Let me ask you a question. Okay, so what is your pregame? What is your pregame? Because when me and Mr. Brown, we had the opportunity to be able to talk to some kids and football players last year about breathing techniques and different things that they did.
Preparation.
What is your preparation or pregame that you do prior to an event or prior to any? Let's just say you're jumping. Prior to a jump, what is your pregame?
Get warmed up, stretch for about probably.
Hold on a second now. What does get warmed up mean? Because everybody don't know what get warmed up means. What does get?
Well, it
warmed
can mean
up?
different things for different people.
Exactly.
That's correct.
So I want to hear
What's your warm up?
What is your get warmed up routine?
Put my AirPods in, get locked in, put in like probably some NBA Youngboy or
Okay.
like something.
Hype.
Yeah, hype, or I put on like a motivational speaker.
Okay.
David Goggins is like one of my favorites.
Okay.
And then jump rope for probably about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Do some dynamic stretches. Sit down for a second, just think, and kind of like meditate, get locked in the zone, and kind of look at who I'm going to be going against.
So you assess the competition.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have a habit.
Okay.
It's like
There's
I
nothing
try to
wrong with
like
that.
see what their strengths are and kind of like their anatomy, like kind of see if they're shorter, or if they're on the longer side. Try to see, okay, if they can scissor kick this.
Okay.
I gotta keep up with them more. It's
Okay.
just some people like do intimidation while they're warming up,
Mhm.
so it's like you gotta just test it out, see the waters. But
Okay.
I mostly just kind of do that stuff and talk to my coach.
Okay.
He's not working with me no more. He's in high school, so I don't know.
Okay. So do you do any breathing techniques?
Yes,
Okay. What do you do? Tell us about your breathing techniques.
I close my eyes. I try to breathe mostly with my stomach because they say that helps out a lot instead of just like keeping your stomach the same. It's like the same as when you're like laying down where your stomach expands. I try to do that while I'm standing up or when I'm sitting down when I'm warming up, and I try to just imagine something that I really like the ocean or like a grassy field with like a bunch of lavender. I don't know, it just calms me.
So we call that glass jar memory. A process in which you calm yourself down. So let's just say, for example, like, tell me one of the best memories you can think about right now. Anything. You said the beach, right? Or you said the lavender. I'm not trying to implant any memories, guys. Give me something. And this is completely on the spot. She didn't expect this.
Probably when I went to the ocean for the first time.
Okay, so what'd you see?
The ocean.
What color
like-
was it?
I was in Florida, so it was like it's like light bluish,
Mm-hmm.
really nice. I could see like the floor bed,
Okay.
like the. I don't know.
What did you smell?
The sea.
The sea, like the
Salt.
salt, right?
Mhm.
What'd you feel?
Felt warmth under my feet and like the sand.
Yeah, the sand in between your toes, right?
Mhm.
Did you see the ocean ebbing and flowing?
Yes.
What'd you hear?
It was like gentle crashing.
Yeah.
Did you get into the ocean?
So you felt the water
Can
around
you
your body,
feel the
right?
natural ebb and flow of the waves and
Yes.
the natural motion that the
Yeah.
ocean presents? It's a vast.
So you smelled the ocean. Right?
Did you
felt
taste the salt water?
You felt the sand between
Probably
your
did.
toes. Tasted the salt water a little bit, right? Tasted the wind off of the ocean against your face, right? Against your lips. The sun beaming down on your forehead, right? Sweat. But let me ask you this other question. How did you emotionally feel?
Felt at peace. Because I'm a Cancer and I love water.
What I am too.
Love water.
Okay. All right. So we've got those 5 senses, right? We got those 5 senses. And here's the other piece too. Put your hand on your stomach. All right. Now poke your stomach out. Your stomach is way smaller than mine. My stomach is
That's
huge.
hard.
Poke it out. Right?
Come on.
Boop. All right. Now bring it in. Now what I want you to do is I want you to breathe in, but I want you to poke your stomach out. So we're doing a reverse balloon. So we're gonna do like this. I'm gonna break it in. Next time you breathe in, I want you to think about what you smelled, what you saw, what you tasted, what you heard, all of that emotion, all of those sights and those feelings that you felt when you was on the ocean. We're gonna do it together on 3. We're gonna I'll do it
This
together.
is a free therapy session.
Yeah.
I
Are you
like
ready?
this.
We're going to do it on 3.
Let's not talk free.
Listen, are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Two more times. One more. As we come back, we're thinking about that beach.
Mhm.
We're thinking about the feeling that sand. How's your body feel?
Relax.
Relax, right? So the next time you go, instead of looking at anybody else's lane, whatever they're doing, you're looking at the pain you got to bring on that daggone jump, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we know the mantra of track. You're only competing with yourself.
Yeah. This
Yes.
is why we are the number one contender.
Number one contender.
'Cause
You're only
contend-
competing
it's
with
you.
yourself. The competition doesn't exist.
Now, I will say this, though. It is good to assess what
The
everybody else is
situation.
doing. Yeah, assess the situation. See what everybody else is doing. You see it. You're like, okay, all right, I get it.
Mhm.
And then this right here, this relaxation tool. We are gifting you this right here. You heard it here on number one contender. This is called Glass Jar Memory, guys. And it is coined, it is patented, so don't try to steal it. But you can use that for yourself. Use that for you. Something that you hold on to. It could be like a 7th birthday party or something. You eating cake and everybody got a donkey for you. They got a donkey for you to ride and bubbles and ain't no mosquitoes. And Uncle Bobo was cooking ribs and I smell them ribs cooking right there, right? Taste them ribs and all that's good. And that gets our mind. You see what you're doing right there laughing?
Yeah.
That's what that brings the
It
body.
puts you in a pleasant place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, instead of being all tensed up, I wish I had known this when I was attempting to run.
Tell me about it.
You know, then, I wish I had known that then now. But that's something we're going to gift you with, along with the line that you get.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, how long did the recovery from the surgery actually take from the Achilles?
6 months.
Mm.
That's when the doctor officially said I could go back.
Okay.
But my physical therapist and I believe to keep going at least until a year for physical therapy, just to make sure I don't get re-injured again. Some people it's from 6 months to a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's longer for others.
Yeah.
It all depends on how you recover and your mental health and how you take care of that.
Yeah.
It's just really up to the person, honestly.
I want you to know that loneliness is a state of mind.
It's true. It's true.
Loneliness is a state of mind. So that when you get injured, remember your support system, right? I know you got Mr. Brown right here, man. He's a good support system. So
Thank you.
yeah, so remember, loneliness is a state of mind for all athletes out there. You know, loneliness is a state of mind, and it's not about winning and losing either. That's what I found out. How you feel about winning and losing?
I like to win. I
Okay.
definitely do.
Alright.
But losing is a learning curve.
Yeah, losing is learning. So
I mean, there's a win in losing.
there you go. There is a win in losing.
Because learning and lessons strengthen us and actually reinvigorates you to want to do better.
Yeah.
If you win all the time, you like, I don't gotta improve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, a loss will put you like, okay, I need to go ahead and step my stuff up.
Or a loss might be like, you know what, I might change events.
All of that.
You know,
Either way, or you talking about like a redirection,
Yeah.
refocus.
pivoting.
Yes,
Remember
pivoting.
we talked about what
Mhm.
is your realistic better.
That's right.
My coach might think I should be running the 100, but I might need to be a middle distance guy. I might need to be
Yeah,
running
yeah.
2, 4, and 8 or something
Yeah.
like that. 200 meters. Something
We know in 100 meters,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
you
it's
got
just straight.
It's
That's
just
it.
a little sprint.
No, that's it.
That anxiety.
Ain't a lot of room there. Ain't a lot of room there with the 100.
Scratching and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Fortunately, life is might seem like 100 meters, but we can stop and refocus. We can pivot and take that breath. When we say, what is your realistic better, right? What's realistically better for the next person might not be realistically better for you, for me, or for anybody else. However, it sounds like, you've really, like, I tell you guys definitely have to check out, read the titles, read the subtitles, because this has been, when was the neighborhood block party that Urban League sponsored?
June 24th.
24th. And what is today? July
26th.
So within a month's time, from being on the number one contender, this young lady has done a mad, crazy job positively of self-motivation, self-redirecting, self-reflection, to get on the connection, to go to a positive direction. And now she's got this glass jar membrane deep breathing technique that we're gifting her. And she's going to be unstoppable because it's not what you do on the track or on the field. It's what you do in life.
That's right. Because when you think about, especially track, it's just a small portion of time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The majority of the time is done off the field.
Mm-hmm. Preparation.
That's it.
Preparation.
When we talk about therapy, we say this a lot. You're here with an hour of me 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
There's 167 hours that you're on your own.
Yeah.
So the majority of the time that you spent for self-development, self-reflection, and improvement is on your own.
Yeah.
Or with your support system, but it's away from what you're preparing yourself for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key phrase we want to point out is that these elements are more important off the field, off the job, off, whatever it is that you're focusing on or trying to create.
Well, creating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the majority of the time is spent with self and developing and, improving your outlook on whatever it is you're preparing yourself for.
And so this is why we say it's important to practice your deep breathing techniques and your glass jar memories before the race.
Yes.
And so doing practice, because I don't know about you, but I used to always hear you practice the way that you play.
They say that in basketball.
Yeah, you practice the way that you play. So
practice makes perfect.
Yeah. So if I'm giving a lackadaisical effort, practice.
That's what you're gonna look like in the game.
That's what I'm gonna look like in the game.
That's right.
So when I'm at home by myself, when you're at home by yourself, this is when you go to the beach in your brain. You practice that diaphragm breathing, right? You go to the beach, and so then when you need it on tap, say somebody jumps. I don't know what's the far meter to jump.
Long jump.
Like
Long
18.
jumping.
18 something.
So say somebody jump at 18, right? And you just jump to 17 and a half, right? And you say your PR might be 19, right? You with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you've already practiced these breathing techniques and taking yourself to a certain space and place, when you need it, it's gonna fall right back into place. It's gonna fall right in, and you like. We're gonna come and see you too. We plan on
Absolutely.
We plan on coming to see you. We plan on coming to Campbellsville.
There's no doubt about it.
Even though that's your rivals.
We plan
It's
on
okay.
We plan on coming to Campbellsville to see you down there in good old Campbellsville, Kentucky.
I just want to point out that I would do anything for this young lady, so all she has to do is make a call.
Well, I'm with you.
And I'm there.
We plan on coming there, and we plan on bringing the owl, and we plan on interviewing you after one of your races, or one of your jumps, or one of your events, or whatever. Because here's the deal for us: there is no winning and there is no losing. Okay? Because for us, you're winning because you've come back from this injury, right? And you've come
It's already
back.
a win.
That first meet's gonna be emotional.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna probably cry.
Well, you need to let me know when that first meet is, so we can be there.
Yeah.
Because she is our first athlete interview.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you did not
That's
run.
So this is an ongoing series that we're gonna do with you. Whenever you're available, we're gonna just check up on you, and breaks from when Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, whatever. Make sure that we connect, so we can go ahead and continue this series on how your progress is going moving forward.
Because again, it's not about winning and losing.
Yes.
It's about competing. It's about taking the lessons that we learned from the sport and taking that sport and carrying it over in life. One thing I like that you said, and really, it really shows maturity and it really shows growth mentally for me, is that we were talking about running track. You said, sometimes it limits itself. So every career that you said was track related.
Yeah.
Right. So I was privy to be at a conference once where there were like these great NFL players, Merrill Hodge and Santana Dobbs and Hollis Thomas, these big guys who were like making way more money than I ever made, right? And they said, they called me Kentucky. They said, Kentucky. There's so many ways that kids can go pro, not on the field.
That is true. A lot of kids need to know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really talk about that.
Yeah.
They just think automatically, you gotta be on the field, or you're nothing. It's like you could literally make bank just off of helping with the team.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
I got a little cousin. She is a referee for the NBA right now. Does her thing. Right. Cole does her thing. Right. I won't say her name because I want to be like, why you mention me? But a little cousin, she doesn't. So and she can hoop, but she's behind the scenes. She's a referee. So there's so many different ways to go pro. And it doesn't make you less of a person, because what I've also found out too, and like investigating and looking at certain things, it's not how good you are, it's also who you know. Sometimes it's well too.
It's
Definitely who you know.
connection.
I would argue it's who you know at every level of the game.
In any sport.
Any sport.
So we are so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back
We
out.
appreciate it.
We wanted you to be pleased with, how the interview was going. I know, like I said, the last interview, there was some sound issues. But here at Number One Contender, we are continually improving. So we bring people back.
Yeah.
Because, we want authenticity. We want people to come in and know that they are heard. And we want people to hear what you have to say.
And is there anything that you have not said or that you want to say that you have had the opportunity to speak on?
I'm represented for the girls who go to private school, who go to predominantly white high schools, pretty much their whole high school career. And even though you might not always get picked as one of the top ones, or you might get left behind because they want to pick somebody who looks more suitable for social media or just for the eyes for around that community, I promise, once you get out and really find yourself and get the confidence and the connections you need, you will flourish. There are so many black girls who have so much talent, but they just don't have the right people around them, and it's just they pick certain people, bro. It's just favoritism. But as a black girl, you're strong, you're powerful. Always, you're always gonna be that girl. Never forget that.
Confidence is the ability
a beautiful
to be
message.
Rejected. Confidence is the ability to be rejected. Confidence within yourself. I don't care about what nobody else says. You got it. You got the stuff. You'll know. All right. So,
in closing, thank you again to Maya Davis, soon to be a student athlete at Campbellsville University. We appreciate you coming out to Number One Contender. Begrudgingly expressed by my colleague. So here with Burks and Brown, we're going to wrap up this interview, and thank y'all for tuning in. As always, Number One Contender, we are signing off, and you will see us soon because it's on and popping for season 2.